the key to thriving in middle school. Long-term success is all about early focus, drive, and determination.
Mason, where are the other children? I can't stay. They're waiting. I forgot my light board and you're running. Wait, you're not going anywhere. What light board, what computers, keeping who waiting?
We've got the instruments, but we gotta pick up Mr. Schneebly. And then we'll compete in the battle of the band.
Mason, you do know he's not really Mr. Schneebly, right? He's Mr. Finn.
What's the difference? We're good band Miss Bones, and we worked so hard for the show. But he's how he is. Who cares? He tells that rock can set us free. We can't fail him.
Twas Grillick, and the slithy toes, the gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the Borgos, and the Mumraths outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Judger bird and shun, the Frimius battle snatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time to make some foe he sought. So rested he by the tumtum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in others thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snick-a-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy, oh for rapture stake. Halloo! He chortled in his joy. 'Twas Brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the Borgos, and the Mumraths outgrave.
Tonight, the very horses springing by toss gold from whitened nostrils. In a dream, the streets that narrow to the westward gleam like rows of golden palaces, and high from all the crowded chimneys tower and die 1,000 aureoles. Down in the west, the brimming plains beneath the sunset rest, one burning sea of gold. Soon shall fly the glorious vision, and the hour shall feel a mightier master. Soon, from height to height, with silence and sharp, unpitying stars, stern creeping frosts, and winds that touch like steel, out of the depth beyond the eastern bars, glittering, and still shall come the awful night.
Remember my Uncle Bud? When I was about 10 or so, we went to a birthday party for Uncle Bud. There were all these sleazy people there. I hated to go to his parties, but Uncle Bud was her little brother and all that. Anyway, Uncle Bud was like really nervous the entire time. Always kept looking out the windows, you know, like someone was out there or something. Anyway, these 4 guys dressed in black brought out this big fancy cake. I mean, this was a 12-layer cake with enough frosting to cover Mount Everest. Roses, angels, you name it, swirled all over the top. 30 candles blazed away on top. My grandmother told Uncle Bud to make a wish. He calmed down for just a minute and smiled. Then he blew out every candle. Later, I was playing Barbies in my cousin's room when Uncle Bud was suddenly right there next to me. He had a habit of sneaking up, you know? Anyway, he sat on the bed and asked me if it was wrong to wish for something bad to happen to someone at a birthday party. I don't remember what I told him. I mean, Ken was about to ask Barbie out to the beach. I didn't care about Uncle Bud's problem, so I guess I must have said no. Then he acted real relieved, like I was his therapist or something. And he said he was sure God wouldn't make him suffer. But 3 days later, Uncle Bud came over with presents for everybody. He was happier than I'd ever seen him in my entire life. I remember he brought me a new stereo. Can you believe it? My mom asked him what was up, and he said, well, It isn't every day Jimmy the Turk dies. I looked in the papers, and sure enough, a big-time hood named Jimmy the Turk had mysteriously fallen from the balcony of his penthouse, 40 floors up. My point is, Uncle Bud wished for Jimmy the Turk to get killed. He told me his wish, and 3 days later, it came true. Think about it. Well, we're all at least a little bit superstitious anyway, aren't we? Aren't you superstitious, Sarah?
A crabbed man they picture thee, old winter, with a rugged beard as gray as the long moss upon the apple tree, blue-lipped, and ice-struck at thy sharp blue nose, close, muffled up, plodding alone through sleet and drifting snows. They should have drawn thee by the high-heaped hearth, old winter, seated in thy great armchair, watching the children at their Christmas mirth, or circled by him as thy lips declare some merry jest, or tale of murder dire, or troubled spirit that disturbs the night, pausing at times to rouse the moldering fire, or taste old October round and bright.
With me? Only suddenly I can't say anything. I mean, I can make a sound because now the guy has fur all over his forehead and I'm going like, whoa! What's going on here? And somehow I must have kept on driving and doing what he said, but I don't remember. Then, just to make sure, I peek over at him. And it was true! Just as I said, shaggy eyebrows, big old fangs, furry paws, and a furry forehead. Oh! Then like a bolt of lightning, it hits me! This guy was turning into a werewolf. Right there in my mom's car, a werewolf! I had to get out of there fast. When I hear him sort of groaning that I should parallel park. Parallel park? Parallel park with a werewolf in the car? But I knew I had to do it because I wanted to get out of there. So I threw it in reverse and I threw it forward and back again. Forward, backward, in, out, and I'm going really fast and cars are going by me, honking and yelling at me, and all the time the werewolf is making these sort of grunting sounds, like he's praying or something. Except he's a werewolf, so he isn't. And finally I head in and bang the curb at the front of the car, and the rear is sticking out into traffic. But I don't care. It's the best I can do with a werewolf in the car. I turn off the motor and I'm figuring out how I can escape fast when suddenly he opens the door, leaps out, growling about something, how I failed. Really failed. And then he just vanishes. Which is what werewolves do, I guess. Anyway, when my mom comes driving home, I told her I failed. And I told her why. I tried to explain to her that this guy was a werewolf. Really? She said he didn't look like a werewolf to her. But she wasn't in the car. She doesn't know what really happened. But I know what happened. I was there, and I remember it. I mean, let's face it, if a werewolf gave you a driver's test, wouldn't you remember it? Sure you would.